Have you ever wanted to go on a heartfelt journey in the lives of your loved ones and newfound acquaintances? Do you enjoy listening and engaging in uplifting discussions that leave you motivated and inspired to take action in your own life? This podcast is a space where we have in-depth conversations on family, health, spirituality, entrepreneurship, and well, just plain old life. I'm Jesse DeLeon, and this is my passion. Join me on a walk into the fascinating narratives and meaningful conversations that shape our experiences. Welcome to The Knowing, a Life and Stories podcast. Hi, I'm going to be talking about family today. So I want to tell you a story about my family. Of course, I think I've mentioned already that I come from a big family, a family of 9 brothers and sisters. So a total of 10 of us, siblings, 5 boys and 5 girls. And you can imagine that there was a lot of noise in the house and a lot of running, screaming, playing, wrestling, fighting with one another. And I remember that when we used to fight with one another and my mom and dad learned of it, they would make us apologize to each other. They would make us kiss and make up. That's what dad would say. Say you're sorry, mean it, and kiss and make up. That meant kiss and hug. And of course, we didn't want to do that. So we tried not to fight with each other. And of course, it's going to happen. And the point is that the point of a kiss, make up, apologize was to teach us how to interact as a community, as the family unit. It took all of us to make that family unit, and we all had to participate. Everybody had to participate. And, there were times when we would get each other in trouble, like we'd go tattletale. And my dad would say, okay, that's fine. But just remember, if one gets in trouble, which meant a spanking, then that meant everybody got a spanking. So we didn't want that either. And, my parents, they traveled a lot. And so by the time the last 6 of us came along and my sister Estelle, the oldest of the last 6 of us, she took care of us and watched over us and babysat us a lot. And so she made us agree to a pact that if we broke anything in the house, or if we threw the football or the baseball into a window and broke the window, well, we didn't have to tell mom and dad about it, because we would just take money from the fund that was left for us while they were away, and we would just get it fixed. And we just wouldn't mention it, so we wouldn't get in trouble. And, looking back at that, it really taught us a lesson in leaning on each other, trusting each other, having each other's back, and also being independent in a way from our parents, in that we made decisions that were good for the whole, good for the family, and it worked. So there were many windows that were broken that my parents never knew about. So it just taught us to look out for each other. And that's really important. Family is firstly the people that we're born into, the blood that we share. And then, of course, it goes on to our extended families, right? The families that come into our family through marriage. And we were taught that those people, those families, it wasn't them and us. It was us. It was we. And we learned to take care of each other and to embrace each other and to see each other as one big family. So every time a brother or sister got married, well, our family grew. And it was really cool, because when we were young, our older brothers and sisters, they were the ones, bringing in these new sisters into our families and new brothers into our families, which we learned to love immensely and respect and trust. And it's amazing how families grow in that way. So because there are brothers and sisters now, we fight, we love, we laugh, we encourage, we have each other's back. And that was a beautiful thing. And I really came to believe that these new humans that were coming into our homes and joining us at our supper table and, holidays, they were our family. They were our brothers and sisters. And when they were not there, they were really missed. And so we learned how to get on with them just like we did our blood brothers and sisters. And so, as I said, we, argued, we fought, we disagreed, but we learned how to disagree respectfully. And I think that that's the story I want to talk about and tell today, and why I prefaced it with my family and anecdotally the way I did. And, it's just been very apparent to me lately that there's a lot of family estrangement within the families. And it's really sad because we all love each other. We all are a family. So I just wanted to encourage everyone to, hey, let's love each other. Let's put the past in the past. The past is a memory. It doesn't define who we are or what we are in this moment. So in this moment, can we look at each other with love and in kindness and try to overcome our disagreements, our differences? And we're always going to disagree and be faced with topics that we don't all agree on. But if we could get back to the basics where we just agree to disagree and learn how to love each other through it and to talk about it respectfully, I think that's really important. There are so many parents who aren't talking to their children who aren't talking to their parents. I know that has got to be a heavy burden. And now, especially the holidays are coming up, Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's. And when we think about New Year's, we think, wow, I'm going to have these New Year's resolutions and I want to enter the new year, with good health, with good physique. I want to have a good plan for a good diet. And I'm going to do those things that I didn't get to do this year. I'm going to do it next year. Well, I think that I feel and know in my heart that if we can put our differences aside and let's just say I'm sorry and really mean it, really mean it with love, that we're going to be able to face the days that are coming, the challenges that are coming as well. We're going to learn to get through those with a bit more ease because we're going to have each other to be there for us and support us and love us through it. And it's hard to say I'm sorry. I'm challenged with that, to really say I'm sorry and really mean it, and be sincere. It's hard to do that because there's pride gets in the way, the ego gets in the way. There's a little embarrassment to that process. But what I've learned lately is sometimes it just helps to hold their hand and look into their eyes and even kneel down and hold their hands and to say, I'm sincerely sorry. I never meant to hurt you. And, hurt, when someone hurts you or when you hurt them, it comes from a place of feeling hurt, feeling misunderstood, feeling like we're being judged. And sometimes our family are the ones that do it the most. And I listened to a podcast by Father Mike Schmitz, And he mentioned that. He mentioned that family sometimes is the hardest to love, the hardest people to love. And I can certainly relate to that. And there have been times in my family that I just wanted to be angry. It was easy to be angry. But when you're angry, you miss out on a lot. We miss out on a lot. There's a saying in Spanish that goes like this: El que se enoja, pierde. That translates to he who is angered is the one who really misses out. And boy, have I learned that in relationships, in my friendships, in my relationships with my family. It really hurts me more because I'm missing out on their love. And I don't want to miss out on love. I want, I also feel that in my family, we're so close that sometimes I find and I observe us at functions, at weddings, at receptions. And I notice that I look around and I'm thinking, wait a minute, the De Leon clan is in a group by themselves, dancing by themselves, eating by themselves. And you know what? Love is meant to share, guys. Love is meant to overflow, not to be concealed. So we're not meant to conceal that love, the love which we share in our families. And I see it in other families too. Rather, I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you that the next time you're at a family function or at a wedding, whatever the occasion is, go off and introduce yourselves, bring other people into the fold, share the love. It's a beautiful thing. And that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to live in the present, share in the present, love in the present. And it's through that type of interaction that we can hope to live in the future in a way that brings us joy, in a way that brings us hope, in a way that brings us peace. And guys, we have a lot to share. We have so many gifts, so many talents, right? And sometimes it's your brothers and sisters who are going to remind you of your talents and your gifts. I'm telling you, sometimes when I think about it's time to do an episode, I kind of get a little nervous and it kind of brings a little stress to me. But it's the moments that I get the call from a sister or a brother or a good friend that they give me encouragement. I feed off of their enthusiasm and their love for what I'm doing and their belief for what I'm doing. And I'm revitalized again. So go to your family, go to your friends whom you haven't spoken to in a while, who you haven't had that time to say, I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. And not one of these backhanded apologies. I'm sorry you got your feelings hurt. I'm sorry you were hurt by that. No, guys, let's just own it. Let's just go to them and say, I'm sorry I hurt you. I love you. Please forgive me. It's really, really, really beautiful. I'm going to just share quickly. I had the opportunity to do that this past weekend with my brother-in-law, who is transitioning from this life to the next life. And I got an opportunity to say to him, if I ever hurt you, not if I ever, sorry, when I've hurt you, when I've offended you, I am sincerely sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. And and I knelt down on my knees and I held his hand and I kissed his hand. And he looked at me and he said, son, there is no need to apologize. We're good. I love you. And it was just that beautiful. It was that beautiful. So let's not spend our time, our days anymore holding a grudge and missing out. Let's not miss out anymore. Let's love each other. So with that, I want to thank a few people. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all, the listeners, for, again, your love, your support, your encouragement, your notes, your text message, your calls, your messages on social media. It really is inspiring. Please keep it coming, because it gives me the fortitude and the perseverance that I need to do this. And I'm doing it for you, and I'm happy to do it. So I'm going to thank my family first, and I'm also going to thank the family that has grown. So I'm going to mention the last names, okay? So first, to the De Leon family, then the Munguia family, the Gill family, the Stockstills, the Alfordishes, the Trevizos, the Martinez, the Garcias, the Hollocks, the Geralds, the Abears, the Terrios, the Alayas, the Andersons. Thank y'all so much. Thanks for being a part of my family and for growing our family. Oh, I hope I mentioned the Andersons, and I think I did. It's important. Secondly, I want to say hi and thank you. Big thank you to my co-producers, Jeffrey Yarborough. You're awesome. Darren Clanton, you're amazing. And thank you for like me, the type A personality, everything, all the T's have to be crossed and the I's dotted. Thank you so much. I want to thank my photographer, Darren Trinacosta. All these names will be on the show notes for anyone who needs to get in touch with a great production team, the best, and also a great photographer. He's brilliant. He's been all over the world photographing for all major magazines. So thank you, Darren. I want to say thank you to my media consultant, Bridget Wise Schultz. You're amazing. Great friend, childhood friend, and a great professional human. And I want to remind everyone, if you want to watch the video part of this, just go to YouTube and check it out. So until next time, thank you. So much love. And I'm going to say, if I've ever hurt you, I'm truly sorry. Please accept my apology. I love you.